The favourite has won it. James McDonald takes the plate. The race that eluded him. Romatic Warrior has got up by a nose. Hong Kong have come and they've conquered. Romatic Warrior, James McDonald via Sistina. It's one of the most magnificent wins in a Cox Plate, and James McDonald has won it for the last 3 years.
We're here at the Valley, a place the champion jockey James McDonald has made his own over the last 3 years, winning the last 3 Cox Plates on 3 different horses. It's a run that began in 2022 aboard Anamoe, who had controversially been beaten in the Cox Plate the year before. So when James jumped on board, what was the build-up like leading into that first Cox Plate?
So the horses are at the start for the Ladbrokes Cox Plates of 2022. Tote favourite Anamoe, $2.30, ahead of Jockey at $6.20.
Huge amount of pressure coming off that year where he got close. So there was redemption there, and I loved Matty Hill's call when he turned the corner. But yeah, the build-up was pretty electric, to be fair.
Then Anamoe, who's joining in, back behind them, Young Berta, around the turn, Zaki, joined by Anamoe, who looks destiny in the face at the 150. Anamoe takes.
He had an unblemished record, like he was just unbeaten, and leading into that, and it meant nothing until he won that Cox Plate. So huge amount of pressure, but he was a phenomenal racehorse. In terms of the respect, he was very tractable. He popped away from the stalls. He was very economical in his action.
And then came Young Verta.
I was pretty confident probably going down the hill at the mile, because he got into the spot where it was obviously ideal. He had a really good turn of foot, and it was just a matter of timing the run. And actually, looking back on it now, I didn't realise at the time, but I got after him a little bit early, and then I've had to half check myself due to the fact that I thought he was going to go through a bit of a flat spot, and he got through that flat spot really quickly, and then he was going to be left in front, and he was a horse that only did what he had to do, and so time in the run was very vital to either winning or losing, and we were lucky enough to get away with it.
I was on a champion today, and I felt the tension. I could cut it with a butter knife, but it was unbelievable. Jeez, I don't know how Huey Bowman did it with 4 of them. What a race. But
it was a very special day, and to win a first Cox Plate as a jockey, it's a jockey's dream. Obviously to do it for James, who I had a great relationship with, Nat horses in particular, because I had so much to do with him as well. Being a horse of the year, he was a high-profile horse. He had the good looks, he had the swag, he just had everything going for him. He took me to a new level where I was good enough to do it.
A year later, James was back at the Valley, this time with the superstar from Hong Kong, Romatic Warrior, who James had forged an association with over there. But what role did he play in encouraging trainer Danny Shum and owner Peter Lau to bring their champion down under for the Weight for Age Championship of Australasia?
Oh, look, it was definitely up to the owners, and I just thought he was the perfect Cox Plate horse after riding Anamoe. So I just thought he was, just, in terms of balance and strong, he is the built like the perfect racehorse. He's got all of it, and he's got gate speed, he's got sustained speed, he's got a turn of foot, he's got a will to win. Everything you need for a Cox Plate, and that's why I thought he was the perfect horse. He missed the crucial trial back in Hong Kong due to the weather, so he'd come down here very underdone, and I galloped him at Flemington before the Turnbull, and he just blew the house down, and I couldn't believe how big he was. And he was obviously running in the Turnbull with a penalty, so he raced extremely fresh that day. He ran through the bridle, and just he only got beat 4 lengths. So as we would say, or my team would say, there's a little elastic band that we can definitely make that margin up. If he was outside the elastic band, well, then we might have been playing catch up a bit. The other thing on our favour was there was 3 weeks between runs and not 2 weeks. For 2 weeks we were probably doomed, but he was good enough to do it. He's a champion racehorse, that horse, and he deserved that Cox Plate.
Ready to run, racing in the Cox Plate. Romatic Warrior jumped away well with Alligator Blood and Militarise over on the far side. Alligator Blood at the 200 took the front. Romatic Warrior the outside. Alligator Blood at the 100. Romatic Warrior, Mr. Brightside. Still Alligator Blood. Mr. Brightside coming at it with Warrior is going to get up by a nose.
The plan has come together in an epic Cox Plate that promised so much and delivered so much more.
I felt he was down and out at the furlong, and not many horses would claw their way back and win a Cox Plate like that. So you could feel him under pressure, you know, and I think even Damien Oliver on Due West coming up inside me thought he was going to be able to just slice through and get through, and he held his own and surged away to win. And obviously only by the smallest of margins. We need a lot of luck with that photo, and we got the luck, but he deserved it.
I think we've got someone very happy backing up another win in the Cox Plate.
This means so much. I've got so much faith in this horse, and oh my God, I thought I got beat. The camera didn't follow me, and I just went, oh, I can't say what I said, but we won the Cox Plate, baby! Jeez, I can't believe it.
And I suppose what made it special was hopping back on the plane, going back to Hong Kong to win a Hong Kong Cup after a gritty performance like that in a Cox Plate. It's just remarkable, you know, and it just shows what kind of horse he is.
From Anamoe and Romatic Warrior, we come to Via Sistina, James's most recent winner of the Cox Plate. And what a dramatic lead into the race it was as well. Just behind me on the Tuesday morning here at the Valley, Via Sistina dumped James on the track and proceeded to bolt around the Valley. Both James and the horse were unharmed, but it's fair to say it wasn't the ideal lead into the race.
Bandage has come loose. She stood on the bandage, then a piece of gear's broken as she sort of tripped, and then that piece of gear has got caught up in her back leg, and that's given her a fright. She's had a more than expected workout this morning, but in terms of how she is, she's recovered really well.
I actually remember it like it was yesterday, walking through this door here back home, and Caitlin was here, and I said, well, the word was I'm stuffed, I think. We won't be having a Cox Plate ride this year. And it just shows what a remarkable trainer Chris Waller is, because he didn't panic. He went back to the back of the race course, minded his own business, and thought about how he was going to get her there in the best possible condition. And he just thought it out so well to take it back on Thursday, give her a canter around, build her confidence back up. And yeah, it was a traumatic day for her, because she did do a couple of laps, and traumatic day for me too, laying on the track watching her galloping off, thinking there's our third Cox Plate just up in smoke. But yeah, we were blessed to be there on that day and to win like she did.
The second of the mares is the 7 Via Sistina, and she has been the news story in the build-up to this race since Tuesday morning.
She looks spot on. She looks rock hard fit. There's no surplus on her. She's obviously had a little bit of a controversial week, but she seems nice and bright within herself. She's had her ears pricked the whole time that she's been in the mounting yard. She looks like...
No, I spoke to Chris on Thursday, and he just reinforced, like, no, she's good as gold. You're in this. So when he's saying that, it's hugely reassuring, and he had her back to where she was before that track gallop.
Via Sistina, it's been a dramatic week, but she's nice and settled going into barrier 4. Racing in the Cox Plate, evaporates slow and almost stumbled out of the gates. Via Sistina away fairly. Royal Patronage led the race early. Pride of Jenny and Prognosis right up there.
She needs a bit of luck in terms of the race setup, and she hasn't got great gate speed. She pops away okay, but she doesn't muster speed for the first furlong that well, and then she builds into it. She's got better though, I suppose. But that race, we didn't expect Prognosis to be sitting so close, and that's what generated the pace, I suppose. Once I got down to the school, like the old classic Cox Plates, we let her roll into it, and she just took the bull by the horns, and away she went.
300 metres to go, puts up 2 legs, Prognosis, Docklands, Mr. Brightside, and then came Royal Patronage. But Via Sistina storms away with 150 to go. She's 5 legs in front. It's going to be a Cox Plate round, and James McDonald, a century of the very best. Via Sistina by 7 legs.
But James McDonald, 3 straight Cox Plates, his 100th Group 1 comes aboard, the mighty Via Sistina.
What this mare's been through, and she's just an absolute star. I'm so lucky to be part of it. I honestly can't believe it. I love this race. I love this place. And to win a Cox Plate with Chris Waller, who is my greatest supporter, and so special. It's so fitting he's brought up my 100s, and to do it in such a prestigious race like the Cox Plate, I'm blessed, so blessed.
Growing up as a kid, you just idolise that race. You watch the greats, the Sunlines, you know, you name it. The Saintleys of those worlds, Mackay Divas. It's just great memories, probably floating back in terms of my childhood and what we wanted to achieve as a jockey, especially with that rich history and being a racing purist. It's something I'm really proud of, and yeah, we can look back in it in many years to come and say we're a part of that great rich history of the Cox Plate. So very, very happy about that.
My beautiful family will be watching her. They'll be so over the moon. All my supporters. I'm lucky to be in this industry and riding such wicked, unbelievable fast horses.
To do it on 3 different horses, I think is probably even a bit more special because it's been very unique. It's a great race to be a part of, and especially I think it's the last one too, at Moonee Valley. I've loved the Moonee Valley racecourse, and now it holds such a special place with the 3 Cox Plates on the mantelpiece. It's one of my favourites, all-time favourites, and it's fantastic to ride. It's very unique. It's the weight for age pinnacle of Australian racing. It's the clash of the titans, isn't it? The pressure's on. You just need the perfect racehorse.